Hi, I'm Matt, and in this episode we are going to be unboxing the FMS 540. Now, to give you like a little heads up, GearBest got in touch and offered me two models to review. And I put the links to those two models in the Facebook group and I let you decide. Now, the clear winner was the FMS 540 and it has now been and arrived. Now, can you see it? Look closely. Because it's that big! I've had some big boxes arrive here before. The Phantom FX61 which turned up. But look at the blooming size of that. Now, it's only supposed to have a wingspan of about 1 point something meters. But that's me on full stretch. It's absolutely ginormous. So let's get this box undone and see what we've got in here. And I've got the iPad running here, but I can tell you immediately you won't be able to see hardly any of this, so I'm going to have to do this on the main camera. It is by far the biggest box which I've ever received by a country mile. So let's go and get her open. I'm here having to fight in there. Blimey, look at the size of that! It's supposed to be the 540 FMS. Let's have a look. I'm struggling to get in here. It is such a big box. Right, Red Edge 540. That's more like it. Look at the size of that. Now, let's be frank here. If I paid over 100 quid for a model and this size box turned up, I would frankly be a happy camper just on the just from visual inspection on it. It does look like it's been through the wars a bit, but you probably can't hear me over the cutting. The blooming size of this thing is unreal. Really am having to fight to get in here. This is brilliant. Wow. And goodness knows what that sounds like on the microphone. But it is extremely well packed on the outside. So it was definitely all done by hand. That's for sure. And I can't chuck it down now. I'm going to trip over the packaging. That is just absolutely bonkers. So let's turn her around, and sorry, I have made a bit of a hash of the box while getting her open. I'm going to have to come round now with you and see what it says on the side. So it says it's an extra 300, or did we not have the 540 on the opposite side? Aha, that kind of makes more sense. There, let's turn it round that way round. Look at the size of that. It should be a Red Edge 540. And that is the biggest box which I've ever had here, ever. It is absolutely monstrous. So let's go and get her open. God, goodness knows what's going to be in here. It is absolutely bonkers big. Right, which way up is she? I'm just having a quick peek. Now, I know other people would have all this nice and neatly out on here, but I really just look at the size of the box. I wanted for you to share in this experience because it is absolutely monstrous. It's still coming out the box. Wow. Unreal. Right. There we go. Right, excuse the box in the way of the camera. It is absolutely monstrous. Right. Extremely well packed, which is what you want, especially if this model is being delivered from abroad, which it would have been. So let's get in here and have a nose. Wow. In fact, what I'm going to do for you is I'm just going to go and grab the iPad out the stand, and you can come and have a look as well. So there we go. We've got, that looks like the fuselage. We've got the manual there. Happy days. Wingspan, 1.3 meters, all that box. Look at the size of my hand compared to the size of the box. I really am having to pull up out of the way to take a look at it. So it's only a 1.3 meter wingspan, but its length is 1.2 meters, almost 1.3 meters as well. We've got a little part, there's the nose spinner, load and load of screws as well. There's our wings. Everything looks in good condition right now. So, wow. Absolutely wow. Now, in the interest of speed, let me get this iPad back up here. What I'm going to go and quickly do... No, in fact, let's enjoy the unboxing experience here, because this model is massive. Absolutely massive. So I'm going to try and put these parts out on the desk and pray that they don't fall off. So obviously this is the first time I've been in the box as well. So I'm just looking for pieces as they come out. It is extremely well packed. And I'm just going to put this up here for the scale. Look at the size of that. Absolutely crazy. So there's our rudder fins. That looks like half an elevator. Looks like we got the landing gear. Wow. Okay, I can tell you that landing gear is not going anywhere fast. That has to be about 5mm. In fact, I'll show you on the iPad. Look how, I'll put my finger next to it. That has to be about 5mm steel shaped metal there for the undercarriage. It looks fantastic. Let's put that to one side. I'm just having a nose in here. Make sure there's nothing else hiding. Yes. Look, there's lots of little cubby holes in here. There's some white decals in there. The size of that. We've got some control horns. And again, I'm just going to use my thumb as a reference, which is, look at the size of the control rods in there. They are monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. Let's put those to one side. Unbelievable size. And looks like we've got a wing spar there. I'm going to put that to one side out of the way. And, yeah, very, very well packaged. It would have to be a massive impact to damage any of this. And I'm checking the foam around the edges, and it looks like it's got to us okay, which is definitely happy days. So anyway, FMS, decent, really decent quality models, and I can tell you just looking at the foam in the box, and you'll get to see this in a few moments. But the finish on it, just looking at it right now, what I'd like, my point being is that GearBest have sent me this model for review, and I can't wait to show you this model, because I am really looking forward to doing some 3D stuff in the new year. But also, one of the nice things for this is that, yeah, I get to see, because frankly put, normally my threshold is about £50 for models. But I can immediately tell you by opening up this box and just looking in this box right now, the quality of the parts are just unreal. This really is £100 worth plus of a model. You can see that glaringly obvious from where I'm stood, and you are going to see it firsthand in just a few seconds, as soon as I work out how we actually get in here. So there's pockets all over the place. So I'm just going to put that on the floor out of the way, and get that down there out of the way as well. There's the other wing. Again, let me just quickly show you this as well. This is absolutely bonkers. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, let me just quickly show you on the iPad. On the wings, look, you've got plastic in there, and it also looks like, yeah, you probably won't be able to see it in here, but if you look inside of there, I'll move it around on the camera. It looks like there's a brass insert in there as well for the retaining screws to go in. So I'm assuming that goes like that. Looking absolutely fantastic. And look at the size of the flaps or these surfaces on here. Absolutely bonkers in size. Bonkers. So let's move these out of the way. And you'll see me going careful with the parts. except for the polystyrene. And what else we got in here? Right, oh my goodness me! That fin, which I said a minute ago, where is it? No, that's half of the elevator surface. Okay, the other half's there. That is the rudder. Absolutely bonkers. And it comes pre-installed with, oh nice, they've even put glue on that. Again, let me just show you here on the iPad. Look, they've even put some epoxy in on top of that for the ball joint for the rudder fin. Wow. Decent quality hinges in here as well. Huge, great big hinges. Absolutely monstrous, great big ones. And that one was a little bit stuck, but a slight little movement's just freed her up. Right, what else we got in here? Right, I think we're just left with the main part of the fuselage by the looks of it. Right, oh, I have just spotted we do also have some additional spars around the edge of the box, and I'll get these out as well. Ooh, what's that in there? Oh wow, it's the propeller. That is peculiar. There you go, let me just show you on the iPad. The propeller, by the looks of it, was hiding in the side of the box. Wow. So she's going to be a tri-blade model. Unbelievable. Just look at the size of that. Look, I could probably fit my hand where the wings go. Amazeballs. Absolutely amazeballs. I just don't know what to say. I'll give you my very first impressions, right? If I'd paid £100 plus for this model, first impressions is that I would frankly be very happy, because extremely well packed, the biggest box I've ever had delivered here, and I'm looking at her up close right now, and it looks extremely well finished. Extremely well finished. There's even a really cool little pilot in there as well. Oh, you've even got the decals inside. Wow, this is going to go down as probably one of the prettiest models I've ever owned. So let's move this up out of the way so we can see, you can see what we've got in this box. Right, so there's the fuselage. Wow, absolutely crazy. And I can't wait, I want to have a look in here and see what's going on. There's a piece of tape here. Right, we got the battery bay there. With the motors already pre-installed, it is a monstrous motor which we've got in here. I don't know what kV it is. I'm guessing it'll probably be something quite low. I can't see right now. But just looking at the size of it and the way it feels, it's a really big motor. Let's turn her up, side down, and see what we've got in here. Brilliant. We've got a Dean's connector, which is a bit of a pain. There is a massive, great big ESC hiding away in there. I will be changing the Dean's connector to an XT60. We've got some servo leads, so that must be the ESC. Oh, they've been and labelled them up as well. We've got channel 4 and channel 2, which I've got no idea what that means. We are missing the servos. Okay, so I'll need to provide some servos to go in the tail. By the looks of it, looks like we need one servo either side. That's pretty straightforward, so I've got some servos here which would fit. So let's put that there. Again, I don't want it to go anywhere, so I am just going to put my hand on that a moment. Oh, let's turn it back up the other way. Put that bottom plate on. So a couple of servos, what's that? 4 screws, a couple of little connectors, jobs are good in. Nice little, whoa, really good magnets, really good magnets. Putting the bottom of the landing gear on there looks really straightforward, so let me just make sure she sits there nicely. Let's grab the wings. There's the wings, and you can probably half see this on the iPad. Absolutely monstrous. Let's grab this one out. This one's in a bag for some reason. Wow, let's chuck that out of the way. Tiny little bit of cleanup just needed on there, just a bit of foam gone over the edge, no biggie. decent hinge. And it looks like, wow, you don't see this uncut. Look closely. Let me just make sure we're focused in. Right, look inside of that edge. Look, they've been and run a bead of glue all the way down the inside edge of the elevator fin. They've done the same on the... Yeah, that's why it's so stiff. So I'm sure you've seen other people run like a dab of hot glue down the inside edge. Blimey. There you go. That's like just one of the signs of quality in there. Look, in that side, in all the way down that crease, they've been and put a layer of glue in there, and that's why it was so stiff. Wow. Unbelievable. Beautiful paint finish. Absolute beautiful paint finish. It really is. Absolutely stunning. So let's just put those to one side. There's our rudder fin, which will then sit on the back. We've got a couple of pieces of foam here, which I genuinely don't know where they go. I'll have to go and have a sit down and read the instructions. We've got a carbon spar. We've got 2 carbon spars. Sounds like carbon fibre. I can check it, but I've got a funny. I will check it to see if it's carbon fibre or not, and I'll let you know in the video description underneath. We've got some stickers. We have got a couple of boxes for I don't know what. Oh, the screws just come out. There must be a hole in that bag then. So careful that. Yeah, we've got some boxes there. Genuinely don't know what they're for. So again, I will sit in there and read the manual. We've got a huge, great big spinner. Look at the size of that. And there's my hand there as well. Absolutely bonkers. Again, we've got the propeller to fit in there as well. So I'm guessing that's why we've got all the other screws and nuts in there. Is to go and fit this propeller into the spinner. We've got a package of super huge servo horns, all the bits and bobs which we need in that bag. Nice and straightforward. And of course, there was another little black piece of foam, which I don't know what that's for. Again, I'll find out when I read the manual. And then the landing gear. Absolutely monstrous. And looks in size and scale for the model itself. So, yeah. Wow. What a model. Just look. In fact, so I tell you what. You've been with me for this long. So, let me just get this landing gear out of the way. And what we'll do, we'll just quickly pop these wings into the model so we get a nose to see potentially what it looks like. Wow. Bonkers. Again, I'm going to need to just... Oh no, no need to trim. Look at the size of that. Unreal. And I'm pretty sure that's not all going to come out on the camera for you. It is absolutely bonkers. I cannot wait to get this one in the air. And to be honest, it should be a really straightforward build. What, a couple of screws to hold the wing on, a couple of screws for the control surfaces, a couple of servos, and we're away. Stick a prop on the front, stick the landing gear on there. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I am genuinely, I knew it was a big box, and this is a really big model. It is going to be fantastic in the sky. Just look at the details which they've done on it. I am amazed by the quality of that model. So this is only the unboxing episode. Like I said, I now need to go and do my homework, which is to go and read the manual to see, number one, check out the C of G, just look through the build instructions. I will be with you in the next episode on this model. We're complete with polystyrene very, very shortly. On face value, it looks like a very straightforward model to build. The only thing which I don't have in this kit is a couple of servos, so I need to go have a rummage around underneath the desk and see what I've got for servos. And then we will get her in the sky. Well, number one, from here, we need to build it. Should be a very straightforward build. Then we need to go out and get a flame, get a maiden over and done with. And then from there, well, literally the sky, the limit. So for myself, Matt, if you have any questions about this model, I've got the model right here. It's brand new to me. Please just ask in the comments section underneath this video. I will put a purchase link to this model over on GearBest. And of course, big thumbs up to GearBest for providing this model for review. I'm genuinely shocked on the size of this. It is absolutely bonkers. It's going to be brilliant. It really is. I'm trying to give you like my honest opinion here. If I'd paid just over £100 for this model, and let's just quickly summarise what we got. We got a box this big, and sorry lads, there's no way you're going to get a box this size past your missus. Look at the bloody size of it. Absolutely mental. So coming back to my point, if I personally paid £100 plus for this model, I would be a very, very happy man, because just look at the quality of her. It is just unreal. So I'm going to go away like a little boy, aged 12 and 1/4, and actually read the manual. And then I'm going to come back. We will get the build episode done, which will follow very shortly. So if you're not already subscribed, press the subscribe button underneath this video. And like I said, then we need to go out and get a flame. So on that note, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this episode. I don't know what to say. I'm shocked on the size of it. I genuinely am. This is going to be mental. It really is. So anyway, I'm going now. I really need to go and read this manual. And that's it. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this episode. I'm off to my desk, and I'll catch you in the next episode. From myself, Matt, cheerios!